The Destination Guide's best day trip from Richmond, Hanover Tavern is about 20 minutes outside of town, in a county that traces its colonial roots back to 1720.
I bring news from the north. Blood has been shed in Massachusetts.
In fact, Hanover Tavern was built in 1733 and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, along with the courthouse, jail, and clerk of courts building across the street.
What you see here, this government complex with a tavern serving, was very common in the 18th century and early 19th century Virginia. There would always be a tavern near the courthouse to serve on court day for those coming. Today, it's very unique to still find this complex still in place. There are only a couple of them left here in Virginia, and we're lucky to have ours here.
Hanover Tavern is unique in more than one respect. In 1990, the nonprofit Hanover Tavern Foundation formed to stabilize, restore, and protect this piece of American history.
Patrick Henry actually lived and worked here at the tavern at one time, and George Washington, yes, did make a couple of notes in his diary that he either stayed or dined at Hanover Tavern.
As in colonial times, Hanover Tavern still serves multiple purposes. It's a historical site, complete with a self-guided audio tour.
We happen to be in the parlor now. There's a couple of stops here. This one's talking about Gabriel's Rebellion. We're in what was originally built as the home for the tavern keeper at that time, Mr. Tillman. So it's actually like walking into his home. You can see his beautiful stairway that goes upstairs to 4 rooms up there. There were 2 rooms off of each side. And one of the rooms today we have set up as our Civil War exhibit.
The tavern has also housed a theater since 1953, when a group of actors from New York opened the Barksdale Theater, now recognized as the country's oldest dinner theater. Although now the 155-seat Bradley Theater, Barksdale began performing there again in 2006.
They use the theater downstairs and they do professional performances all through the year.
In addition to musical performances and author lectures.
We also do a lot of education programs. We have a Standards of Learning program that helps 4th grade students in the local area learn about history of Virginia.
The final piece of the puzzle is the Hanover Tavern and Pub, open 6 days a week for lunch, dinner, and brunch, plus social events.
We do everything from weddings, rehearsal dinners, business luncheons, birthday parties, class reunions, you name it, we can do it. Tonight we are hosting our Flavors of Fall wine soiree. It's a wine pairing where our chef, Addison Hudson, has created a 5-course menu that is paired with 5 wines from a local winery, Williamsburg Winery.
5 courses. The first course we did was the fig with the fall lettuces with our house vinaigrette, a little Vidalia onion grilled, and some blue cheese. The second course going on is going to be our seafood course. It's the pan-seared scallops with the braised Napa cabbage and the smoked applewood bacon with a celery root puree. And then the course I'm working on now, the main, is the roasted duck breast with the braised fennel and a fresh cranberry jam.
Just a great community type of establishment. We do plays here, wonderful dining experience, a little bit of southern flair cuisine with an excellent wine menu. Just a fantastic place to visit.
I think my favorite part of the tavern, I think it's 2 things. I love unique architectural elements, and the arch that is exposed in there is so unique to a colonial tavern that is definitely one of my favorite things, as well as the cage bar, another very unique architectural element that could have easily been ripped out many years ago, but is still there intact. The bartender of the 18th and early 19th century would have kept all of the liquor and glasses and bottles and so forth locked up behind this cage, and then would lift this gate to actually serve, and when done would close the gate and lock it. So here again, we were very fortunate to have the original cage bar from around 1822 or so. When you come here and you can take in a great history, not just local history or Virginia history, national history ties. When you talk about George Washington being here and Patrick Henry being here, bring in a great restaurant, professional theater. The unique aspect of Hanover Tavern with history, dining, and theater that make it the best place to come.